Hey everybody, it's Malcolm again, back in the kitchen with another video for you from here. And this one today is focused around your training frequency. So hopefully it's going to be a good bit of advice to help you to keep yourselves fit and healthy, and also sustain the amount of exercise that you're doing. Okay, there's loads of different factors around this, as you can imagine, but I'm going to be using something called the FIT principle to explain quite a lot of this. That's FIT, F-I-T-T principle. Check it out afterwards if you like, and just in case I've missed anything from there. There's lots of different equations and principles and things like that based around training frequencies, how often you should train and what you should do, and etc. But the first thing I'm going to pick up on is listen to your body. If you're really sore, don't train where you're sore. Quite simple, don't train a sore muscle. The soreness you're feeling in your muscles when you've worked out, and it might be that you worked out yesterday and you sore today, or it might come tomorrow. It's what we call DOMS. It's delayed onset of muscle soreness. And just, I'm going to drop in a bit about recovery here as well, but Dan's done an absolutely superb video on recovery. So get on the page and find that, and you'll find a lot of that stuff really useful. We all get muscle soreness, we all get aches and pains, but the main part of exercise for me is to give you a sense of well-being and to give you to make you feel energized. So if you're not getting that, you're doing something wrong, and chances are you're overtraining. And yes, you can overtrain, definitely. You might hear these gung-ho guys say, oh, no such thing as overtraining, but it is a thing. So you need to be careful. Listen to your body. If you're feeling unwell, bring your training intensity down and see how you got on with it. Your body's trying to fight something when you're unwell, so it's not giving you what you need to do your exercises. It's sort of prioritizing fighting whatever it is you're unwell with. So bear that in mind. Onto FIT. So it's an acronym, F-I-T-T, stands for frequency, intensity, time, and type. Okay, type and time, I think, is the way it goes around. So frequency, intensity, type, and time, they all go hand in hand to determine how much exercise you should be doing in a week. So let's break it down first and look at cardio. If you're a beginner, or if you're at a certain level, a low level of cardio, then you should start off with 3 cardio sessions a week, and they should be low intensity, so walking and things like that. Maybe get into a bit of a jog if you've got a cross trainer to use or something, or a rowing machine. And there's sort of shorter sessions as well, 20 minutes, so you're not overdoing it. You can then improve your cardio as you feel you're improving on your cardio and it's getting too easy. Just take it up, but to a maximum of 5 days. At 5 days a week, it should only be 30 minutes, moderate to high intensity. You can go a bit longer on the low intensity. Quick aside here as well on intensities. There's a thing that is basically HIIT versus LISS. HIIT being high intensity interval training, and LISS being low intensity steady state training. Okay. So HIIT is where you're going for it, you're getting short rest periods, intervals of work and rest. On to the low intensity steady state training, that is where you're just continuously walking or jogging for a long distance and a long amount of time, or you're just doing a cardiovascular exercise at a lower intensity, but maybe up to 45 minutes to an hour. Your HIIT sessions are likely to be shorter, and my conclusion basically on it is there's really not much in it. It's just what advantages suit you to do HIIT or LISS. So with HIIT, for example, one of the advantages is that it's over quicker. You've spent less time exercising. And then a negative side of it is that the recovery time takes longer because you've hammered yourself a bit harder. Excuse me. So that's your cardio. Looking then onto resistance work. So if you're a weight trainer, obviously you're hitting your muscle groups really hard. And if you're a beginner, or you just want to sort of maintain the sort of physique that you've got muscular talking, then you can do 3 days a week, all over weight session, 1 day in between for recovery. Perfect. Okay. If you're more advanced and you decide that you want to train muscle parts separately, so you might do a day on back and biceps, a day on chest and triceps, a day on legs. It's a training split. You still need that recovery on the muscles that you've trained, so a day in between. So go either on a push-pull regime, or go on to upper body, lower body, and work it out that way. And doing a training split, you can take your training up to 5 or 6 days a week, but you just need to be aware of what you've trained previously, and make sure you break it up so you're not hitting those sore muscles that you've trained yesterday again. Pretty simple. Intensity, if it's high intensity, it needs to be for less time and it needs to be less frequent. Low intensity, you can go more often. You don't need so much recovery in between. A moderate intensity, obviously, it's sort of middle ground, so you've just got to be sensible with it. And think about your training splits. If you're doing, if you're training for hypertrophy to gain muscle, think about, and I'm just going to hook up onto the last point again that I started with again here. Listen to your body, see how you feel about it, and just don't try and be a hero, basically. Do what you can. Just take into account this week as well. It's our first week of live classes. We're loving it. Hope you are too. Don't try and do too much. We're getting these live classes, and then they're just getting generated into a video that stays on the page, and you can just go in and pick those out at any time. So pick those out in ways that are going to suit what I've just said, and be sensible with your training. So that's about it. There are times that you can give me a call. Myself or Dan are available certain times of the week on the phone, and we're more than happy to take calls and discuss things at more length if you're still not sure. But hopefully this has helped. Train smart, take care, and I'll catch you pretty soon, hopefully. Cheers, guys.